All right, guys. So this is the market recap of today. We had the midnight opening in here. Asia created a high, was respecting the end dog. London to take out the Asia low and started the move to the upside. I was like, okay, let me see how the market is gonna react when it opens at 9:30. We have to be very careful because tomorrow is CPI, so the market normally on days like this is gonna provide a seek and destroy environment. When we open, I mark the high and then I mark the low. I was waiting for the opening range to form between 9:30 to 10, and then if it's not clear, wait to 10:30 to see what is the market giving me, and then I normally either wait for the macro, or if the market condition is very clear, I enter on the 10:30. I like to wait till 10:30 because sometimes we have news at 10, so the manipulation happen at 10. I give a couple of minutes to cool down, and then that's it. So I was waiting, marking the high, marking the low. uh, I kind of bearish of the day because we were inside of a fair value gap on the daily. I was expecting a rejection from there. So we tap into it. Well, we were like 35-40% into it, almost, or 50%. I have my area of interest lined up with the uh, top of the opening range. When I see that we created an SMT with ES made a lower high, and then Q created a high in here. I marked the order block, kind of like the breaker, and then when we went down and we changed the state of the delivery here, also take the liquidity from the opening. I was like, okay, so I'm interested on going at least to the midnight opening, or this sell side liquidity that was created on UK, and I entered into a short because of the market conditions, and I didn't trust the market. I only entered with one micro, and I cut it early when I saw the when I saw this is a 1 minute. I was in the 15 second. I was watching it on the 15 second. So when I entered, it went down and I was up around 123 ticks, and I was about to add another contract in here, but I don't know why. I was like, we just tapped this fair value gap that was created in London session. I was like, let me just wait. And I saw this, and I was like, what if this is kind of like a turtle soup? So when I saw this, almost weak me out, and then I didn't realize that we had this volume imbalance in here. I was like, oh snap. So I waited a little bit, and then I cut the loss early. So I only lost $30 on one account and $30 on the other one, so 60 in total. I got out. I was like, okay, I'm safe, right? So I stopped it in here, and I was like, okay, uh, I have another chance. And then I was watching the market because of the market condition. I was like, you know what? Let me just zoom out to the 5 minute and then look at this price action in the 5 minute. It's not clear at all. A lot of noise. But then this week happened. And that week with the SMT, we grabbed the liquidity. I was like, okay, this is a stop hunt. Um, I'm not gonna take any trades, any more trades today. I'm gonna play it safe, and I'm gonna do a capital preservation, but I'm gonna start um, analyzing the price action. So as you can see, we have the order block that is in confluence with a fair value gap. we tap it. This would have been a nice entry right here. If you enter into a short, if you want to do this from the top to the high, 50%, order block, fair value gap, we grab liquidity, came back. If it's a very sentiment, at least we're gonna go down and grab the previous sell side liquidity here. So I was just, like playing around with this idea. Let's say that we enter in the 50% with the stop loss on the top of the candle that create the fair value gap, and we aim for the low. That would have been a nice entry. I was like, okay, that's nice. And then I kept waiting, and then I saw this. This to me it was like, okay. So because we are in a seek and destroy environment, and we are failing with this hammer, there's a lot of quote unquote buying pressure. And this is opening range low. I was like, maybe we just, like grab this liquidity, and then we are creating what is known as a market maker buy model, which is my favorite model of all times. And it was beautiful on the 15 and the 30 seconds. It was beautiful. The problem with days like today is that the model uh, tend to not be completed. We did grab 3 buy side liquidities that were created, but the main buy side liquidity um, got wrecked till now, like way later. But before that, we created another model in here. So I cannot count these, and these would have been a great idea to enter because it was kind of clean. We swept the low, created a fair value gap. You don't enter in here, you wait, you be patient, you have different opportunities. You got a fair value gap in here. If you wanted to take that trade, this would have been you enter in the 50%, you aim for the high, and you put the stop loss on the bottom of the candle that create the fair value gap. If you want to be completely safe, you can put it in here, but like risk management is key in this type of situation. So it would have been a nice play, and it would have take us around 20 minutes to complete, and it would give 252 points. So that will be a nice trade also. You take a partial, if you enter with 3 contracts, or you take a partial in here, you take a partial in here, and then you take a partial in full TP will be there. As I mentioned before, we didn't finish the model till now. We created a lot of liquidity came to the market around 11:30, and then the macro gave another opportunity to enter after we broke the 15-minute of the hour fair value gap, and we retested. This would have been a nice trade to enter short. And then you will aim for the liquidity that was open before, the liquidity that I was aiming on the first trade. Okay, after that, the market rebounds and instantly rebalance. Launch hour started the move to the upside, and there's a lot of opportunities to go long in here, but due to the circumstances and the state of the market, I just clocked out, and I started going through my day. But this is a little recap of today. I show you a couple of opportunities. I got stopped out early, but I played the capital preservation game today. So I was just chilling, watching the market do its thing. This is something that I wouldn't be part of, even though it looks good, but I don't know. I think this is just generating liquidity. Tomorrow is CPI. I actually am still pretty bearish. I was checking at the option market, and there's a lot of room to go to the downside. Maybe Nvidia want to touch the $98 per share. Not before grabbing a lot of stops from here. So I think that if anything, tomorrow we just grab this liquidity that was generated on September 6th on the CPI, create a big wick, and then move to the downside, and also grab this liquidity. I wanna say that I'm bearish, right? September normally have a bearish program uh, going, but if these don't happen, it's gonna be the complete opposite. We grab the liquidity from the sell side to then keep and move to the outside. But either or, if we go down, Nvidia will touch the 98, $100 per share to then go up. But I think that we have a little bit more room to the downside. But that's gonna be for today. That's gonna be it for today. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, just let me know. Be careful tomorrow trading freaking CPI, and that's it. Have a great one.